What? You know what it is, man? Dan the Cat Podcast.
And we're talking about a whole bunch of shit.
A whole bunch of shit. The main shit is, what is a true friend to you?
Yes.
What is the limit?
Yes.
What is a friend? Is a friend, or is a friend an acquaintance or a lover? Good question.
Yeah.
Only you can answer that. But tune into the show so you can see the meanings of that. You know what it is? What? What? Y'all know what time it is, man. Damn the Cat Podcast. I'm your host, Jay Thirst. Snap.
And I am Dr. Sand. What's going on?
Man, life. Man, matter of fact, before we go on, man, happy holidays to those, this is the family time.
Right.
And holidays are coming up. And we already know that, please, this is the stressful months. We talked us earlier in the show. You know, holidays coming up, you want to see your family, be around your family, financial things. Remember, you still got bills at the end of the month, beginning of the month. Then you got Christmas coming.
Yes.
And, you still got bills. You got New Year's coming. So these are the years that I think most black people are, culturally, we're stressed.
Yes.
So make sure that you maintain, do what you can. Don't try to do above and beyond because you're going to have to do it next year again. So for all those out there getting ready for the holiday, man, congratulations. You made it to another year. Make sure that your family and friends understand where you're going, where we're going, where we came from, and the next opportunity.
Yes. Oh, and my birthday, too.
Oh, and your birthday. When's your birthday again?
December 11th.
Oh, you
I'm exactly 2 weeks before Christmas.
Exactly. So how is it in your household?
I posted something on Facebook the other day that summed up my life as a child, and that was, please don't combine Christmas gifts and birthday presents for a Sag.
That's cool. Okay.
That was always the thing for me. I always got
so basically you were expecting to retrieve your birthday and Christmas gifts as two separate days.
Yes, but I don't want a gift per se. I just want to be acknowledged different than Christmas.
Correct. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It usually just ran all in together.
Also, sometimes you get your birthday gift, but like, don't suspect nothing for Christmas.
Yeah, well, or when I was little, it was like, you can pick one of your Christmas gifts, but don't pick the top one. It was kind of like, well, I already know what I'm getting. I mean, it's not that exciting.
Yes.
So I think next year what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a birthday in June. I'm going to celebrate in June.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. We got to switch up nowadays. All this traditional each day, man, hell with that. I'm doing it when I can afford it. You feel what I'm saying?
So I want my own private shine instead of Christmas time. So I think I'm going to do a half birthday.
I think, so you just gave me an idea. See, my birthday falls in January. And here in Atlanta, January is cool or it's cold or it could be hot.
Right.
But when I try to celebrate my party, because, most of my family are from Boston and New York. Yeah. So when I try to do something big here, either get a snowstorm or a big storm up there where they can't make it. So I think I might do something. If this year don't work right, because I'm turning on, I ain't telling the age, but turning on the big fool. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that, at least they come. You know what I mean? I have a lot of things to accomplish and a lot of things to celebrate this year. So I really want them to come. I don't go up north during the Christmas time. Try not to.
I don't go past September.
Facts.
I try not to go past September because you can fuck around and get snow.
What?
And I'm going to D.C. next week, and I'm like, oh, please don't be snowing.
And for those that, this weekend was supposed to have been a memorial of my brother's passing. His birthday's on November 24th. So I was planning on the 26th of having a memorial for him because the way he passed and the way he was sent home, it wasn't right for the family. But I forgot that, my son plays sports, and it runs into that. So I really had to cancel at the last minute. I'm sorry for those, but like I said, we're going to celebrate and we're going to reschedule at a different time. It's just we tend to think right now instead of thinking ahead. And, right now, so everybody who's up north, man, happy Thanksgiving. Sorry we couldn't make it. Trust me, I want to come up there because I'm not cooking this year. I want to come up there and eat somebody's crib, at somebody's house to see some family. But evidently, we're in the playoffs, but we lost. We lost Friday to a good Buford team. Lost by 3 points. So for all those high school kids that played football this week and are entering home, you had a great season just to enter the playoffs, at least go to the first round, second round, wherever. Some of you might not be playing football after this. But for those who are continue on, man, much success to you. And just remember the memories that you have because you create memories for some of these kids who probably played since they were young. Now they're getting older. And now it's like they're not good enough to go to college. What's next? Right. But Appreciate for those who out there, man. Coach Brandon, who came through out there in Buford, they beat us by 3 points, and we was predicted to lose by 30 or 40. Well, we put up a good fight, and my boys, they're hurting right now is because they knew that if they won this, we probably would have went to the States. But that's another glitch in the mountain that next year what you can do if you go ahead and prepare yourself now for the next year. It's what life brings you. But other than that, how everything's been good with you?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my husband. It's been a year since his mom passed, and I just want to let him know that I love him, and
yes.
I'm behind him, and I know how that pain feels. And he did well. He did well.
That's what's up.
I didn't mention it. I didn't, I kind of let it lie because I wasn't trying to ruffle any feathers, but I did know what was going on. And
yes, I think November and December are more of the grieving times. Is because like we said earlier in the show, Thanksgiving and Christmas is more about family, and then you're thinking about the ones who aren't here this year, who was probably there current year. I do want to give a shout out to my family because I lost my grandmother this year and my brother this year. And those are the ones who I kept contact with when things wasn't level, and they're not here this year. So it's playing a toll on me, but it really hit me, I think, really this week. I've learned, and for those who are listening, when God sits you down, I mean sit you down, whether it's you're in jail or prison, whether you're going through a divorce or whatever, whether you're hurt from a job or things like that, the times that you're in a space by yourself, that's the time to react on your life and wondering why he sat you down. I've been down for a week and a half, and I really, really realized on where I'm at and where I've been. And when we out here moving around and do so many things, we don't think about the little things in life. And don't think about where we're at or where we came from.
Right.
My daughter's about to graduate, and I've been taking care of her since her and her brother since kindergarten. And it really just dawned on me when she showed me her pictures, and I'm sitting here and they're taking care of me with my knee. Daddy, I got this because I got steps in my house now. I got a townhouse, so I got steps in my house. Dad, we got it. You got it. So it's just seeing that, just sitting back and realize where I come from, and now that she showed me her senior pictures.
Which are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. And it showed that a lot of parents, we claim that we do it by ourselves, which 90% we do, but we want to give the 100%. But sometimes we got to acknowledge for the ones who came in during the seasons, during the times that we really need them were there. And it just made me realize that, it's you appreciate life as you have it, as you got it. And when he sit you down, please pay attention to why he sit you down and evaluate your life.
It's a reason why.
Why? Boy, it's a reason.
It's a reason.
Matter of fact, we're gonna do. We got mimosas here. We're gonna salute on that one. Hey, celebrate life. You know what I mean? This is what we do here.
All right.
Woo! Get the show started.
All right. So we had an episode this week that we
salute Soulja Wet. Thank you for coming through, doing your thing. Not only did you give the show some pop, but you started a controversy outside of that, and I appreciate that.
Yes, let's get into it. Let's get into it, cause
thank you, Soulja Wet.
Yes.
All right, so we want to elaborate on last week's show. We had Soulja Wet come through, man, a talented artist who's on a rise doing her thing. I presented her with some flowers, and I presented her with her flowers is because she's been doing her thing for a long period of time. She's a single parent. She does her thing. She gets criticized. She does everything she does. Plus, it was her birthday. As I'm, enjoyed the show, it was probably Sunday or Monday, I get a text from someone who, we giving out flowers now to your co-host? So I'm half asleep because I'm still, maintaining my knee, so I'm on medication. So I'm sleep and read at the same time. So I text back, huh? Matter of fact, I'm calling. Because when I'm in a controversy now, I feel something's not right. I want to hear your voice. I don't do texts very well.
Right.
If you got a period in your text, believe me, I am calling you. That's too much to talk about on a text. I'm calling you.
Right.
She ain't called, but she didn't answer. Just answer the question. Ooh, first of all, I ain't gonna say she probably listen to the show, whatever. But thank you, Soulja Wet. I said, for one thing, my co-host is happily married. Happily married. Happily. And that was a guest. And why are you questioning why I'm giving somebody some flowers? So, went back and forth. So I canceled her. Every time she sent a text message, I erased it. Because I told her, listen, you know how I am. If it's something that I want to talk about and it's something you disturb me from my sleep, I'm gonna call you. Since you pushed me to the curb and want to go to voicemail, I've deleted it. So the question is, what is the limit to a friend? When does a friendship line end? Because to her, to me, we was friends. But evidently she felt some type of way of me giving flowers to someone. And for one thing, I'm an entertainer. For one thing, she does somebody who deserves the flowers deserves their flowers. So when does a friend line end? You know the question of that?
Well, we gotta unpack a whole lot of stuff first of all. First, what type of relationship was she wanting or did you have? Was it established?
As a friend. For her, to her, it was I was a friend. To me, it was more we was building on a relationship. But to me, and I keep it 100. If I'm old school, I'm at a limit now to where I know what I want, I know what I need. If you're not giving me that much attention and all this stuff, and I had to break it down to her. Now this is a friend who, now I want to classify what is a friend to certain people, because a friend to me, I have a lot of friends. I have friends who I co-work with. There's friends who I see out here in the clubs. You feel what I'm saying? A friend is somebody who I see you, we acknowledge each other, what's up, and then we move on. To me, that's a friend. When you start giving now to everybody else, what's a friend to you?
About the same, we checking up on one another. We're cordial, but I think that friendship and acquaintance line sometimes gets merged. And I think like an acquaintance to me, let me go from the basic. Somebody I know, somebody I'm cordial with, somebody that, not saying it like I don't care about their life, but I'm not an intricate part into their life.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It could be a coworker that I know. Hey, Sally, how you doing? And I keep going on about my business. But like, if I'm a friend, then I'm like, okay, how the kids?
Okay, that's true.
How are you
Yeah.
doing? How's your family?
So that's
doing?
your friend.
I'm intrigued with their life at that point.
Okay.
That's a friend. Now, once we go on to another point of friendship, meaning like your kids are coming over my house. I'm TT and
that's a little bit deeper than a friend.
Yeah, there's stages to it. So she needs to understand, or whoever needs to understand where y'all's level was. And just like us, you call me baby and I call you honey and everything.
Brother, sis.
We brother, sis.
But at the end of the day, we're friends.
We're friends. I look at the kids, they're my niece and nephew,
Correct.
All that kind of stuff. So, that is a friendship to me. If I need you or not necessarily need you, but maybe I need some information. Hey, Snap, you know it, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let me do this. That's more than an acquaintance. Now, if she wants to be more than a friend, then there's a couple of things that need to be happening. It needs to be specified.
Correct.
Hey, we're friends, but we're trying to build. Hey, that's where the guidelines come in. We talked about that once before. What are your guidelines? What are your boundaries? What are your goals?
I'm glad you said that. It's because the friendship was, at first, it's a friendship. I knew her for 2 years. We known each other. We ended up kicking it about a year ago. We ended up kicking it. So we just started, to me, was a friend then. But once you start, this is why I say, what's the definition of a friend when it comes to, I'm going to say the opposite sex. After sex, that we could be still remain friends. But once you start paying bills, giving gifts, checking up every day like, hey, boo, hey, bae, asking questions, where you at, what you doing, to me, that friendship is beyond that.
Yes.
And when they start asking that, my actions are going on how you're presenting it to me. Okay. Now I'm thinking that you're doing this. I think I should be a level above a friend. Might be the acquaintance. Maybe you don't know the difference after the level of friend and what it is, but I'm looking at more than that.
Right.
I'm checking up on you. You're sick. Boom, I make sure you're good. You say you're hungry. I'll cash app you some money. You say you hurting on certain things. Boom, I cash app you. Sometimes I just send bread to be sending bread. But to me, you defend what I'm saying? So it's more like, all right, so now when it comes to holidays or gifts, when it's my turn, when it feels like it's my turn, there's nothing coming. I was like, what's up? What's good? Now I'm questioning that. Oh, we're just friends and all that stuff. And all right, then once I say, you know what? My level of a friend is not a level of your friend. So one thing I'm going to do is just, I'm good with you. So I'm going to treat you like I treat my friends. Don't get upset. Cool, straight. But then they go to the detail, oh, I apologize and all that stuff. So to me, you apologizing meant to me that you meant what you knew what you was doing.
Right.
So if we continue on again, then we're straight. Now I'm treating you like a friend. Now, this was a couple months ago. I'm treating you like a friend. Checking up on you. Good? Good. Now, all that extra stuff I used to do, I'm not doing no more. I'm treating you just like a friend. But when the episode came up is, oh, you're treating me like this. So I really had to break it down to it like, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. What are you doing in my life right now that you're not helping me be powerful or even be better? I did that in your life. You're not doing it to me. So you are nothing to me. Why should I lie to you? Because she was like, don't lie. Lie about what? Why do I have to lie to somebody where I'm not getting nothing from it? You lie with something when you're about to get in trouble. You're about to lose something, whether it's beneficial, money, you know what I'm saying, or a great friendship. Right. To me, whether I lose you or not, because I'm not benefiting from you. Only thing you're benefiting from me is how you doing it or stability. When you're in trouble, you know that I will help. Right. But you know how I feel about you. If you don't feel the same way, then you should tell that person.
But did you specify that in the beginning?
Oh, yes. Yes. They know how I feel, and they know that.
But did you have, and it sounds so cliche, but did you have the exclusivity talk?
Yes. All the time. All the time.
And she still
got
razzle-dazzle.
She still got razzle-dazzle over another female. I guess what I do. Because what I do, I don't give flowers to everyone. Right. But for one thing, those are white flowers. Right. Red flowers mean, to me, heart, love, care. If I send you some flowers, like I send flowers to people who I care about. If I'm going on a date and I really want to meet you, I may give you some flowers. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I said when my daughter received flowers, it was a shock because that's what I do. So I'm like, hold on, let me see.
So I got the pimp.
Yeah, so you feel what I'm saying? So now it's on my level. It's when I give the same energy, I expect a little bit back. Right. And when you don't do that, it's okay, cool. Now, what's your meaning of a friend now? I done paid bills. I done got you out of stuff. Mentally, financially, physically, I've been there for you. Vice versa, you wasn't there for me. So what's the friend guideline? Now, when I cut you off, I'm going to show you on my level definition, what a friend is. To me, a friend is somebody who, to me, it's associate. Mm-hmm. I don't know too much about you, but when I see you, I respect you. I respect what you're doing. Hey, how you doing? Mm-hmm. But if I'm checking up on you, caring about you, doing certain things, doing a little bit more than I'm supposed to, as what you might call as a friend, all friends ain't like that. Because those are the friends that will cut your heart. That's true. So if you respect...
That's an associate at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just had to just delete it. I had to call you. It was like, I didn't want to tell you. It was like...
That's all right. Nah. But see, that goes to show you what kind of friendship that we have.
Correct.
And it I can basically say it's more than a friendship. We're like a sister and brother. Because you were the first person... Well, I was the first person you called. You was like, sis, listen to this. Yeah. And I was like... No, you send me a text first. Call me when I get it.
Call you, exactly.
And as soon as I saw it, I was like, let me call. And I was like, what?
Because I want to make sure that a lot of us get into expectations and we run into what we think and not knowing what the problem is. Right. As I'm trying to call her, she's straight texting. To me, that's immature when you want to know something. Right. I'm an old school. I'm calling you. Right. I'm going to hear this issue. I read texts wrong. It's because if I haven't talked to a friend in 3 years and I felt like I did that friend wrong, if they text me, I'm going to read on what I think that person is feeling towards me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read a text like, oh, they're coming at me. But it might not even be like that. Right. You might be just like, hey, I'm like, hey, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Right. So I don't do text well when I feel that there's tension between this conversation that we're about to have. So I'm going to call you. Right. If you don't answer, that's on you. Right. Because what I'm about to say and what I'm about to text is going to offend you. So I did before I erased her stuff out of my phone. Because I told her, you know what? Once I seen and I went back, I had to unerase of what she texted. So what she did was she looked at Soulja Wet's profile, I guess. After what she posted with us, I guess presented her the flowers. And that was before the show even aired, because she had her people here. So so she texts something else from her page that I guess somebody else texted her or sent her, and she thought it was me. So I had to read it. I said, hold on, let me go back and read it. So everything, she screenshot of what somebody texted her or she texted them, whatever. She said, this you? So I was like, oh, so you thought whatever she screenshot somebody, you thought it was me? I said, I don't even talk like that. For that, lose my number. So that's when she came back and was like, lose your number. Oh, so she said, why you lie? I said, for one thing, why should I lie for something that I'm not losing? Like, I don't have to lie to you. I'm not benefiting from what I'm saying. Right now, you're peeing me off is because you're how you say you're telling me I did something when I know I didn't do it. I'm telling you 100 because you don't want to believe me, and we're doing it over text. Stay off my phone. I don't conduct business like that.
Yeah,
I don't conduct business like that.
Yeah.
Let's use my phone. So a couple days went by before I deleted it. Called her, sent me straight to voicemail. Boom. You know what? I'm done. Like I said, I apologize. Now I apologize probably for what I said, but I'm not apologizing for on the way you acting and the way I came off at you. It's just plain and simple.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it 100.
So it's irretrievable.
It's irretrievable right now because one thing we have to learn about each other is like you know what I can say what ticks me off, but you know what bothers me. Mm-hmm. So if you care for someone as you claim that you care, mm-hmm. In fact, you even said you love me. How you love stuff? So what's your definition of love? Because if you love someone, you will find out if you hurt that person. Now I'll say sorry. I only say sorry to people I love. If you're like a friend and I don't really love you, whatever I said I meant that. Mm. But I hate hurting people, but sometimes you have to tell them it's not what you say, sometimes it's how you say it to others. So if I felt like if I hurt you by what I said, then I apologize. You might not be used to what I'm used to you saying it, but I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
I am going to give it to you whether you like it or not. I'm apologizing for hurting you, but I'm not apologizing for what I said. Never.
Well, there's a difference between I'm sorry, and I apologize.
Correct.
There's three different things, and I hate when people just say sorry.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
I tell my kids that. I taught my kids, don't say sorry, because sorry to me is like you're a sorry person. So I said, say my fault, my apologize. When you say I'm sorry, really mean that, because that's more something I don't say. And I mean that. Because I'm not a sorry person. Right. I get up, do what I do. I do what I need to do for me and my family. I'm not a sorry person. But if I say I'm sorry to you, that means I hurt you. And that means it should come to you like, he don't say that. So for him saying it, he cares. You feel what I'm saying? Not just, oh, my fault. I say my fault, my bad all the time. We do it on the football field. We do it on the basketball field. I'm an athlete. My bad. Yeah. But when I say I'm sorry, that means I'm feeling sorry because I hurt somebody who I felt like I cared for. Or I thought you cared for me. So that's the definition of when y'all got these new relationships and y'all dealing this new generation of friend. Back in the days, our parents really had friends. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they say this is my BFF, my best friend. Because they really had to have a title, especially in your relationship, because now I see the insecurity and the trust that we have once we grow up.
Right.
So
how do you think it should have been handled to you?
Think how it should be handled. When I called her, she should have answered the phone. Plain and simple. Because we could talk. For one thing, I was asleep when I said it. Mm-hmm. So now I'm going on what you're saying to me. And I'm not really comprehending. That's why when it's trickled down to like 5 or 6 messages, I think about this ain't me. What the hell am I doing? Keep texting her. And every time she texts me, I read the first sentence and delete it. So she says something real quick that got the headline. Like I said, the shorter the better. Because sometimes a short sentence is just as strong as a paragraph. Mm-hmm. So she was like, oh, so you think I'm stupid? So that really hit it. So you know what? I had to go back and unerased it and really read it. I mean, that's when it came through. So one thing, she should know me. But if you're feeling some type of way of me giving, even if I did give you flowers, so what? Look at the show and wonder why she got flowers. Don't dictate because you see something. You feel what I'm saying? And go ahead and you're judging on because how I give you flowers doesn't mean everybody gets the flowers the same day.
Right.
Everybody gets gifts, but it depends on who gives the gifts and what day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what? I gave you flowers, so I gave a lot of people flowers.
Just like we got mimosas.
Mimosas. Huh? What's the
life, love, and happiness.
That's right. Get yourself together. This ain't a drink chance, but hey, we champs that drink.
Okay.
You like that?
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Shout
LA,
out
you
to
good?
Nori and EFN.
You good? You sure you don't want none? See, this is love, man. We doing this live. This ain't no, like I said, hold on for a minute.
Woo.
Yes.
So, all this spurred something between us that we're going to do now.
Yes, see, that's what? Perfect, exactly.
So, we came up with this idea, since you're now happily single.
Happily
single. We came up with a concept to try to find you somebody who understands you, who's going to love you, who's going to cherish you and your family. And we named it what?
Snapshot for Love. Like that. You know, we what we want to do is not just create, and that's so special. I want to thank Ebon Vision.
Yes.
I want to thank Dr. Sam for doing that. And that's what I call a friend. You know what I mean? That, like, beginning of the show is, you see where I can probably be strong at, which, you know what I'm saying, and my teammates and all those. And we just thought about that. And I was like, you know what, that's dope. And you never know, we can help other people.
Yes.
Because I'm bad at dating on dating websites and stuff. Just not that. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? So I've learned and thought about it. Maybe this is something, I have an audience out there who probably don't know my life. You probably know, I take care of my kids, but you don't know if I live with someone or someone lives with me or I'm engaged with someone. No, I'm single. Yes. And it's happily single. Even though she was a friend, I still was single. You feel what I'm saying? You're single until you get married. Till you basically, let's keep 100. Yeah. But we all entertain certain people. But when it comes to levels of when you're entertaining someone on a difference where, to me, that's why I said friends. When you're paying their bills, helping them out, to me, that's more than just a friendship. To me, I'm like, we're dating. Mm-hmm. We're doing something. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So now I've learned that, you know what? Now it just seems like we have to define as friends. If I'm not paying your bills, if I ain't get the key, I ain't gonna pull up at your crib. If I ain't got no key to your crib, I ain't paying your bills. Plain and simple. And it's just simple like that. I'll help you, but I'm not paying no rent. How you got it before that, stuff like that. Where you learn when God sit your ass down, and He sat me down, and it just made me evaluate friendship, fatherhood, business, and my life. Period. And like I said earlier in the show, when you sit you down, you have to evaluate. So right now I'm looking for love. I'm not looking for friends. I had enough of that. I got associates. I got people. I don't entertain on a sexual, but I entertain because people love my energy. Yes. You might know Snap or feel thirst or whoever, but when you get to know Jermaine, that comes with a heart. And a lot of people know Jermaine. Thirst, Snap, and Jermaine, those are three different people. Mm-hmm. When you start getting involved with, so this is a testing if you want to be a contestant on Snapshot of Love. When you get to know Jermaine, he comes with a heart. Everybody else, thirst, Snap, does not come with a heart. That's first level infantry of getting to know who Jermaine is. Yes, and I took the charge of weeding them out. I appreciate that, yes. Because you know what, I love you. Appreciate that. Love you back. I respect your hustle. I always have, from way back when we first. Yes. When you found out about my article. Exactly. My article was what was that? The dating it was why you should have sex every day. It's facts. Why you should have sex. And I said back then, when I'm in a relationship, I have sex every day. And that's one thing the women who dealt with me had a relationship, first thing I asked, because we always have that is, was it the sex? So I ain't worried about chicks ain't cheat. Well, some of them did. That was early. But lately, it wasn't never the sex, because every day you look sexy, I'm taking it. Boy, I want it. I want it. Yep. So we're going to incorporate all of that into trying to find you a great mate. Correct. A helper, a everything that you need. And, a lot of y'all may not know, but this is what I do. Yes. I'm a relationship, dating, intimacy, coaching consultant. I'm also a certified sexologist. You heard that? Certified sexologist. Yes. So, this is what I do. And, I want to do this for you because you deserve it. And starting next week. All right. Live. We're going live. We're going live. And what we're going to do for our live is I'm going to interview you. I'm not going to be here physically, just to let y'all know. I will be on the phone. Yes. Interviewing you. But
What I want you all to do is within the next couple of days, you know, because by the time they see this, it'll be only a couple of days. Shoot me some questions that you may want to ask. I will come up with some general questions so people can get to know you. We will start that process. So if you are really interested, we have a page.
We have a page where you can contact us.
We'll put all that information out. damnthecap@gmail.com. If you do have a question that you want to send to us, go ahead and send it. Again, that's damnthecatpodcast@gmail.com. So we'll come up with some questions. I'll ask you. You can put on your finest attire.
You already know. I'm suit up. You know, I dress.
You know, I like I told you when we was on the phone. I love that picture of you with that velvet coat on. That jacket was hard. You know, all you needed was an ascot and a pipe.
Yeah, you know that's different. That's coming. Like I'm learning to. I always admired people like Puffy, R. Kelly, Puffy and R. Kelly. Because they always dressed, and even Jay-Z to the attire. Mm-hmm. Like people always tell me, "Yo, you dress so ghetto, you dress so hood, you're a businessman now." To me, that's my dressing comfortably. I am who I am. Mm-hmm. But for those that's going to be participating in this, if you wanted to get to know Snap and Thirst, stay away. If you wanted to get to know Jermaine, then those are the ones because you're getting to know Jermaine. Yes. Everybody, even you out there. You have different personalities. You feel what I'm saying? So if Sherelle, if that's your real name, wants to meet Jermaine, that's cool. But if you Gigi want to meet Snap, nah, it's not gonna work.
And not only that, I'm going to screen these women
carefully. See, she 100. See, she's a sexologist.
Yes, and not only that, people may not also realize I do matchmaking.
Gotcha.
That's one of my services, and I'm actually attached to one of the top grant writing places that has a matchmaking thing, and I also work for them. Shout out to In Love. But I'm going to screen these people for you.
Appreciate that.
Women.
See that?
And I'm personally going to interview them before you actually get to meet with them.
See?
So it's going to be a process. It's not going to be, I'm just trying to get some airtime or
get your name out there and get your...
Yeah.
No, we're not.
No, we're not doing that.
But if you're the right contestant and you shower with me, you might be.
And, that's going to be part of it, too. We always laugh if there's a cuffing season.
Correct.
Well,
but this is cuffing season.
This is cuffing season. And we are going to, we're running this into February.
Correct.
Which is the Super Bowl.
So February 14th probably be
that's
like
going to be
the official.
That's going to be the
I like that. The championship. You know what I mean? The championship game.
Championship
I like
game.
That. I like
so, within the next couple of months, we will be talking, writing. If you cannot write, meaning, you don't have to be excellent writer or anything like that. But what I mean is, if you cannot express yourself and tell me, things that we need to know for this, no one-word sentences. I like food.
Yeah.
Bitch, what kind of food?
Facts. Because I don't eat pork. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that we need. This is not a Hicks. This is not nothing. This is for real.
Yes.
This ain't no game show or no love of hip hop. This is like real stuff that we're presenting here at Epivision Damn the Cat Podcast. And then we say this might be successful, might not, but guess what? This is something that we're trying, and you never know what might happen. Might bring out love. Might bring me a best friend. Never know. But when you see it happen here, guess what? It triggers on to we might help somebody else. You might be the next contestant where snapshot at love. You feel what I'm saying? Might get to know you and who we just right now we're just in a time of love and and trusting each other, of helping each other.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be the high scorer in basketball, but nobody wants to lead the league in assists. Help others.
Right.
You got some tools, share it. Help.
Yes.
This is what we're here for. This is what all the information you have, you give. It's not worthy if you don't share it and let somebody else blossom off of that.
Yes. So the next couple of days, you will see us
Yes.
blasting all of this. Even if you don't go to our page or our email individually,
individual IGs or
yes,
IG pages, y'all know who we are, and we
yes,
want to appreciate all the love and support we've been getting.
yes,
For y'all just participating in the show. If you have a topic that you want to talk about, or if there's a topic that that bothers you that we can talk about, this is what we're here for. You feel what I'm saying? We're not doing what everybody else is doing. We're totally different. We just us.
Yes.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? We ain't doing this for no likes, no comments. But we all doing this for information.
Yes, and like I tell everybody, I'm just a Decatur girl who's trying to share information.
Yes, like as we want to go on, but off the subject a little bit because before we not leave no time soon. But
yes.
I want to talk about my man Diddy.
Ooh.
Now this is a guy who I grew up analyzing, loving his hustle, love what he created, love what he did. But it seems like I known him personally. Now he's somebody who I know as a friend because the people who I associated with know him. And when he used to do the Bad Boy weekend and So Def weekend, got to meet homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So if he see my face, don't know me by snap or thirst, but know him from the people who I've associated with. But other than that, I guess they say good things that's done in the dark come to the light. And I just recently seen the situation. We all know that he's, I guess, under investigation with the Tupac murder. With my man who just got booked and said Puffy paid for all that stuff.
Right.
Then now he's with this Cassie situation, which I thought, wow, there was when I seen her, it was like, she was beautiful. Thought that his love of his life.
Shout out to Cassie.
His real
name is Cassandra, like mine.
Oh, Cassandra, and I love Cassie. I just love the way she portrayed herself and how she conducted herself while she was under, Bad Boy. She wasn't really in the limelight. We knew who she was. But now, once she passed, went on to, get married, had a little child, I feel like, okay, cool. But then now hearing the accusations on, her coming out saying of what the things that he did, he's to me, no different as R. Kelly.
And not only that, they settled already.
For real?
Yeah.
Now,
it wasn't even 2 days.
Yeah, I just heard it like 2 days. They settled already? See?
He paid already.
Was it like two something $1 million?
I don't know, but he paid already. So that's
signs of guilt.
I would say that, but personally, I know the Bad Boy clique.
Yes, I know.
I have been in it.
Shout out to Curry, Mark Curry. That's my dude out here in the Decatur, out here in the city. Mark Curry, my nigga, yes. Bad Boy associate.
Yes. So, during my time there, I will say that I seen some things that troubled me.
Yeah.
A little, but I had bigger aspirations.
Correct.
So I removed myself from that. But there was things that were troubling, and yes. I will say that. I will also say that everybody has a choice.
Yes.
Everybody has a choice.
Everyone.
And if you feel like
even you.
Yes. If you feel like you're being wronged or done wrong or something like that,
speak about it.
Get out.
Get out, speak about it. The more you hold it in, the more worse it tends to eat in you. You feel what I'm saying? Then you scared. Stop worrying about what people are going to say or what people are going to think about you. Because there's someone in your boat who don't have the resource to touch anyone, and they don't know how to unless someone else come out and say certain things. Like I always say, we was raised right, taught wrong. You holding stuff in as some of these entertainers, actors, or whoever, even athletes, when you out here doing the wrong things, bro, to represent us, it's not right.
Yeah.
It really is not right.
And going back to even when there was the industry, remember the club, industry?
Yes,
way back.
Way back.
They had a party. It was a Jermaine Dupri party, and I saw some things there, and I was like, oh. It was questionable back then. So it's been a lot of things that I've seen firsthand. Yes. And, I'm not saying that he is guilty. That's not my place to say that. But if you're paying off somebody to keep quiet because of stuff that is in a lawsuit, that looks a little.
And that's me. Like I said, I grew up in the early when Justin was down Peachtree, and like I said, it was a lot of things that was going on during the Bad Boy So Def weekend, and eventually I was just getting here in Atlanta. So of course, me being from New York, when the Bad Boy come down here, and I'm down here in Atlanta messing with some of the Atlanta boys, the So Def fam is here, so it just felt good. And there's certain things I seen was like, whoa. Yeah. You know what? When I see stuff, turn around, look the other way, and contend on what I'm doing. But I don't know, when it comes to after party when you only get the invites. I wasn't invited to but I was invited to the big joints. But when they go to the after, you're only certain, and this is probably why. Yeah. And it just hurts that people that we see who we find that just so great in life. Like you went to all this abuse. Like I'm finding out a lot about Aaliyah. Between her, Dame Dash, and even acquaintantly that Jay-Z was trying to get at her, and one of the reasons why Jay-Z and Dame Dash split was because of that. Dame Dash didn't like when R. Kelly and Jay-Z did albums, and he knew how he felt about Aaliyah. You feel what I'm saying, on what she had to go through with him. Right. And that's Dame Dash, that's my man, this my girl, and now I'm about to marry her, but you're still doing projects with this cat. Right. You feel what I'm saying, when how he, and I seen it, and it hurt me. That's why I said I sat down a lot and just really, wow, you feel what I'm saying? It goes deeper than just, people think it's all about money, but nah, sometimes it's the code, loyalty. Yeah. When you give somebody, as we said the show, what is a friend to you? Friend to me is different, but when you, my brother, if I could take it around my family and they be like, this is my brother, but they know you're my brother. When I get my title, they know how I feel about you. Right. Now, how you feel about me, we also had to get that confidential on the other side. Am I your brother? Right. Because I might be your brother, but you might not feel I'm your brother. Right. So we got to get that message. Because I think you're my brother, you're going to do cousin shit, friend shit. Right. Because you look at me as your friend. Right. But you got to get that confirmation. If I call you my brother, you call me your brother, then we got that click. Then I understand. Okay. Right. Trust you. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. And I think we get that mixed. I think because we call somebody a brother, you're automatically supposed to think, or a sister, you're supposed to be automatically think that. In some situations, it's not like that.
Right. So, we looked at this, and it's disheartening. It is. To hear that. Anytime somebody is doing any allegations of rape or abuse or anything like
sex trafficking,
that's horrible. And
especially in our culture.
Right. And if he did that, if he, all this stuff is alleged, this was a civil case, it wasn't a criminal case, so it was alleged, then that's some dirty shit. It is. And hopefully, now that he's on his love shit or whatever, he goes to get help. But, people have been screaming this inside the circle for years about this.
So Albie Shore came up with him. If you're not familiar with Albie Shore is Puffy's baby's mother's first really boyfriend, and he's taking care of Quincy, which is he raised by Puff. You feel what I'm saying? So it's more like, wow, like you see all this, we think of Puff as, man, that's that. You know what I mean? I love the way he take care of his kids. His kids out here making money, doing their things, the new up-and-coming Wayne's family. But then when you see what you do, or you're alleged what you did, it's like, wow. Like, I see you act crazy. Do certain things on the streets that's like, you question.
But the 90s was a grimy fucking
90s was a grimy. That was that coming up. For those that are here now, that's making it. Yes. You think about it, the Biggies, well, he's not going, but the Jay-Z's, Nas, and all them, they're really for it. But that was their era of, I got to make my mark in this 90s, so they can sit back and see where they at now, type of era.
Right. But shout out to Jay-Z.
No doubt.
When I was in Brooklyn, I went to the Book of Hope.
You went to the Book of Hope? I'm going. I did. And I want to go when I want to go see my brother's memorial. How was it?
It was dope. It really
seeing
was.
It on video's different, but I already know it's like, whoa.
It was 7 parts. But that they had his first Lexus.
I heard Lexus sitting outside. I seen that.
They had the Lexus, but for me, my moment was when I actually seen the original reel of Can't Knock the Hustle.
Word.
Because that was what made me like Jay-Z. That was the opening for me. Reasonable Doubts was a good album, but it was something about Can't Knock the Hustle because, like I said, the 90s was a grimy era. And when you talk about hustling and stuff like that, it always piqued my interest. So that was my first love of Jay-Z. So that's what brought me into him. So when I actually seen it, it was like, oh, and I had to take a picture of it. But they had Grammys and
all his stuff like
and
even they got
Billboard Awards and clothes.
He even got his masters, like his masters are in there.
Yeah, you know, and the board that Clark Kent used to make some of his records. You know, it was really good to see that. And you know, for me personally, Jay-Z is the greatest rapper alive. That's my opinion. Don't come on here and talking about with no foolishness.
And like I said, this is one thing I hate about our culture. We say who we think is the greatest because everything is opinion. Then somebody wanna. What I think about a person is how I think about him. You can't make me change that. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest NBA player of all times.
Yeah.
I think Jay-Z is the greatest MC of all, rapper of all time. To me, the greatest MC of all time is Nas. You feel what I'm saying? So there's different levels, but and the reason why I just say Jay-Z is not just his lyrics, but how many people he has helped to get to where he's at. Like he said in the songs 100, he made more millionaires for black people than the lottery did. Feel what I'm saying? A lot of people who made money off of him, he look out for people, he do things. He just not in it to show. Like he also helps and gives back.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Right. And that's what it is. Like he took his money and he gives back. He gives people stuff. So,
but you got to be worthy.
You got to be worthy. You feel what I'm saying? Like the difference between, you know, we can go Magic, Kobe, LeBron, whoever. It's like everybody has their greatest. Why they're the greatest.
Right.
But to me, you know, in Kareem, I just say Kareem's the greatest is because basketball is about the GOAT. And the GOAT to me, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won championships in high school, college, and NBA. He won MVPs in basketball in high school, college, and NBA. Every award he won on each level. Right. And he won championships. And before LeBron took it, he had the most points in NBA history and only shot 1 3-pointer. That's a lot of points. No matter what era he did, he still did it without 3-pointers. And these people out here like Steph Curry that shoot 3-pointers like it ain't nothing, but you still ain't catching. Michael Jordan, then there's 50-point games, 60-point games, 70-point games, but you didn't catch You didn't catch Kareem. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. Even when he was
Lou Alcindor.
If he was Lou Alcindor, no matter how many names he got, who to win, he did that. So that's mine. Now, we have greatest of all times. I got Michael Jordan the greatest of all times in something, but it's not the NBA. Yeah. That's just me. Yeah. But that's my opinion.
Shoe game.
Shoe game, but also desire to win. Yeah. To make people better. He's the GOAT at that.
Yeah, well, he inspired Kobe, so therefore he has to be the GOAT.
But then Kobe won championships without he won different. Once we thought Shaq left, he became champion. He's like, oh, he ain't gonna win it, but he showed that he can do it. His desire to win really showed, but he got that from Mike. We can say the crossover started from Tim Hardaway, but Allen Iverson mastered it. Yeah. Nah, you feel what I'm saying? So we can go on, but it depends on. It's not even an era because I watched the eras. Now to me, LeBron is the greatest athlete is because he conquered on 18. He's 18 years old, came to the NBA and still maintained that greatness with him and his family. He ain't out here, you know what I'm saying? And he just conducts himself as an athlete's supposed to. Not out here drinking, getting in trouble and all that stuff. And that's when we get, combined of stats and numbers and stuff. Yeah. To me, you're great at something. And even you out there, you're great at something. Somebody loves what you're doing and you keep doing it. People say, I'm great. I'm straight. I'm just humble. I just like what I do and I just go hard, passionate what I do.
Fuck that. I'm putting that on me. I'm the best.
Fuck that. Yeah, I'm in our feelings right now.
Exactly.
Expert. And I think I'm the best motherfucking podcast. I don't care if I stutter, or whatever. Nigga, top me, man. I'm still here, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I'm taking my most out of that. Hey. Okay, what you say? Man, I shout out to Nori, all these cats out here who had a platform before they got this. I didn't, but I'm still here.
Right.
You know what I mean? 100. What you think about it? Just think about it. Think about it. One love.
Speaking of goats, before we end the show today, let's talk about Andre 3 Stacks.
3 Stacks. Yo, man, when I found out that he's put out an album, I thought it was going to be, lyrically, straight. Man, we need that. Listen.
It's good.
I'm going to give a shout out because I listened to the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne gave a shout out about it. Yo, this was so dope. We needed this. When somebody said they need something, that made me really go listen to it. At first, I was like, I get to it when I get to it. But when he said it, listen to it. And now that I'm home, I'm on injured reserve, it meditated me and like, whoa, yeah, Andre 3 Stacks.
Now I have a special love of Andre 3 Stacks because, well, first of all, I think Outkast is the greatest duo ever. I just do.
We're gonna fault that, but that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, it is what it is. But Andre went to Southwest DeKalb. Shout out to Southwest DeKalb.
Southwest DeKalb.
And he was supposed to graduate in '93. Now, if you notice, 2 of the songs have either Panther in it or 1993. So
you got. I guess you got to be from Decatur to know that. Or matter of fact, you got to be an Andre 3 Stacks fan to know that.
Well, everybody knows that because he had the Southwest DeKalb band uniform on.
I just thought that was just his outfit, you know, because
he actually went to Southwest DeKalb.
Okay.
His mom used to stay around the corner, and you know, I want to say that I think he still has love for Southwest DeKalb.
Yes.
Because it's evident in the titles of some of the songs. So not only that, I want to say that it is something that was needed because we do need to think. It's thinking music.
Yes.
You know, it's no lyrics. But I'm proud of him for expanding on something that was different.
Yes.
You know,
we always been different. Period.
Yeah.
He always been different, but to at least put it out so the world really, because we always thought that's just weird. You feel what I'm saying? You know, we always thought that, but you're not weird. He's just in his own lane.
Yeah, he always has been. You know, that, and I think that it took courage to do that because everybody's expecting him to be so lyrical. But he told us before it came out, he was like, "Don't expect it."
He said that. Yeah.
He said, "There's no bars on this, none."
And that's the point. Is he's to me, he remind me so much of Beanie Siegel, not in the rapping way, but Beanie Siegel when he spits, it was so real, so raw. Where he said that he didn't really want to be a rapper. You feel what I'm saying? When he spit bars, so it remind me of Andre. When Andre be spitting, he don't really want to spit. But man, when you spit, it's like, oh my God. And you got people out here who try to study to be an MC and a rapper and still can't be that good. Yeah. Still can't be that great.
That shows you how much of a
natural talent you are, bro.
Yeah. And that's that creative side.
Facts.
Shout out to Miss Norman's Algebra 2 class.
All right.
We was all in there together. And, he
So you went to school with him?
Yeah. He would draw pictures, beat on desk.
He looked like the type.
And, he was a cool dude, and I'm blessed to say
Was he a nerd?
I wouldn't say that,
okay.
no.
He seemed to me he was a smart black guy. So, back then we called them nerds back when we was, back when we grew up.
I will say he was like everybody else there. He was a polo kid, he loved his polo gear back then.
Jabot jeans, Tommy Hilfiger.
He was always into sketching or drawing.
Gotcha.
The one class that I did have with him for that little bit of time, it was cool. It was really cool, and I'm glad that I got a touch of the comet, so to say.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Andre 3 Stacks. Yes. And I'm going to say thank you. It's because you got me listening to music like that. I always wanted to be an artist. I really wanted to be a DJ growing up, but I'm into soul music. That's why certain people who I put on my show, I see, boy, you got it, or you're getting there, or you're doing that. You feel what I'm saying? You got to have that because I just love music. If you just catch me, I'm just old school and new school, but you got to have a substance.
Yeah.
You got to have a substance.
Yeah. So.
And Andre 3 Stacks, you're doing your thing, man. I appreciate you just putting out something that's well needed right about this time.
Yes.
To me, that's therapy music.
Yes.
I'm gonna say it like that. This therapy music.
It's new
How they
age.
say we got from rock and rap. We got from trap music, up north music, murder music, therapy music. Appreciate that. We need that. Yes. We need therapy music.
Let us think and let us be.
Let's be. Because some of us need that. Some of us need to while we out here in these streets, and it's so bad that even like R&B, like to me, as I listen to music now, and it's funny, is because the reason why rap music is because to me it seems like the rap music is hookah music. Hookah music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can sit in hookah and be like this. Nah, but we're from the 90s. You feel what I'm saying? I want to get up dance.
Yes.
I bought this outfit. By the time I want to go home and sweat it out.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to me, it's just hookah music and just sitting still and just.
Yes.
That's R&B.
I'm old now.
Old
Knees
now.
and
I could do
elbows
a couple old school dances, then sit back down and.
And you know that hurts me because I was a dancer. People don't realize.
I should break dance too.
You know, I was that, you know, hip hop girl.
But the music stopped from doing that, so you stop break dancing and stop dancing like that. So I think like this, even like the Heavy D's, Big Daddy Kane had the dancers and stuff. But once the music started getting into trap music, you ain't damn trap music. You feel what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna tell you when I actually felt old, when I didn't know the difference between all the babies, Lil Baby, Dub Baby.
Oh yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, so they not the same people?
And it's funny because my kids just be like, they play it, Dad, which one's this? They have been playing Guess the Game. Duh, nope, it's Baby. So then the other one, who's that? Baby, no, it's Duh. You feel what I'm saying? Like who? Like
right.
It's right.
So, I'm getting old, but anyway,
no, we're getting older. Yes. I'm not gonna say old. I'm not.
Hey man, it's a privilege.
It is.
As it's coming towards my birthday, it's a privilege because there's a lot of people that didn't make it, and I'm thankful for it.
I'm thankful. Like
every wrinkle, every crease, every extra chin I may have now, I'm thankful. So
we have a month and a half left, a month and some change left before the new year is approaching.
Yes.
Right about now, as you know, I'm going to my thirst thoughts. Remember, November and December are the times of people that are in their feelings. If you are in your feelings, please stay away from things that's gonna get you into an altercation and make you upset. Right now, I'm in my feelings right now, so I think men do have periods.
Yes.
And now I'm on my period. Right now, I'm in my feelings because I'm acknowledging the accomplishments that I have achieved that I didn't really think about because I'm moving. So if I go out here and I hear somebody disrespecting me or what I got going on, I'm being my feelings and we're going to fight. So I'm staying low key for a minute till my period go off.
Well, just holler at your sister.
You already know. But those out there who don't know how to control it, these are the feeling months.
Yes. Stay
away from places, people, and things that's going to take you to that level. Yes. You want to make sure that you make it to the next year. Because next year, we're going to talk about what we did last year. Yes. And if you made it that far, that means you accomplished something. That means growth. Yes. So until next week, we want to give any shout outs?
I want to shout out to my cousins just for all the constant love and the sharing that they do for Dan the Cap and anybody who shares Dan the Cap.
And even listens. Even just take time to just listen and talk and even respond. Man, we appreciate y'all.
Yes.
I definitely, like I said, I want to give a shout out to our supporters and our fans, that people who love the show and continue to watch the show, share the show, and even want to comment on the show. We definitely want to give a shout out to City View Sports Bar and Bistro. Yes. Make sure y'all come through. The games is gonna be popping. Definitely want to give a shout out to Norcross High School. Even though we lost and we did our thing, I want to appreciate y'all. Y'all showed me adversity, determination, because you only lost by 3 to a great Buford team. So that shows you how close you could have came. Just work hard to get to the next level next year. Love you guys, and I can't wait to next season.
Yes. I'm gone for 2 weeks.
But, yes.
I will be on live with you
next week
on the phone. Get my book, Amazon. You can read it for free. Go read it for free. I mean, people talk about I don't have the money. I'm not doing it for the money. I am,
just
but
do
I'm
it.
not. Just go to Amazon,
support
read it for free. I will be in DC the first week in December at Exotica. Come out, check me out. I also got the okay that I will be at Vibe Expo in LA.
Let us know so we can post it, be there, share.
For January the 12th through the 15th. Okay. So this is my busy season.
Yeah, this is busy season for those out there who are traveling because kids are out this week.
Yes.
Safe travels.
Yes.
Pay attention.
Yes.
Drink. Yes. Then drive. Don't drink and drive.
Well, this will be Thanksgiving. So
Thanksgiving weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. So next time the show come on, happy Thanksgiving. I know you can be full sitting out there. So we're gonna try to give you a show that you can get some of that yams, turkey, whatever, oxtails, whatever you cook on Thanksgiving. Yes. Thanks for giving us life. Thanks for giving us love.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving for all those out there. You already know this Damn the Cat podcast. Love y'all.